Hello there. Happy July 19th, 2017. Welcome, and I hope you are having a blessed day. This is the Holistic Healer with you today. Here today to talk to you a little bit about love and forgiveness. And is it an energy? Is it an emotion? Are they what we think it is? So I was inspired this morning in my morning meditation to go live on YouTube today. I'm being told by my angelic friends that there are many people going through the dark night of the soul right now, and a lot of humanity is being squeezed like little lemons at the moment. And if you're feeling that squeeze and you're wondering what is going on, you must know and understand that just like everything else in life, we have to do our soul work. We have to weather the storm before the beautiful rainbow or double rainbow appears, right? So right now in July 2017, there's a lot of different energies being sent to the planet that the average person doesn't realize or understand. Those of us that are energy sensitive um, feel it incredibly right now. The dark night of the soul is when things are going along really good in your life, and then all of a sudden, things that you didn't even realize were bothering you, things you thought you healed within yourself, that dark, shadowy existence part of you, for lack of better terms, is ripped to the surface of your being. And there are things that you've held down inside for so many years that when it comes up, you're going to try to push it back down, and you're going to try to be like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. I don't want to feel that. But, sweetheart, when you're in dark night of the soul, you don't have a choice. It is time. It is divine time. God wants you to heal from it. Your angels and guides want you to heal from it. And your soul, the greater part of who you are, is ready to dump the negative energy of it and move forward, because ultimately there's a beautiful, wonderful new beginning that's about to happen to you. That can't come in. There's no room. The energy is stagnant and it's blocked, and you have limited beliefs that are stopping it. You have just energy of unforgiveness in itself that we're carrying around with us. Even if you think that you've forgiven a situation or yourself or a person, um, sometimes in the greater whole of things, we truly haven't. We truly haven't. And I know this because everything I'm speaking to you about right now is what I personally have been through in the past 3 weeks. Like, I'm somebody that is all about love and light. Now let's talk about love and light for a minute. We go through our daily lives, and those of us that are living an awakened existence here on Earth, and we understand fully and completely why we are here. And I mean, some people to a certain extent, that you're here for a divine purpose. Some people don't know exactly why they're here yet, but so you're living that way. You're living intentionally. Let's say that, okay? So I live my life intentionally on purpose. So instead of the me that was 25 years old and all sitting around thinking the world is doing stuff to me, thinking people are doing stuff to me, being all victim-y and feeling like I'm being picked on and taken advantage of, and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to talk too much about that because I don't want to pull that into my being. So to go from living like that, where you think that life is um, how do I say this? Where you think that life controls you, to living in an existence where you are controlling your life. You are the creator of not only your reality. I know that's a popular buzz phrase nowadays. I'm a creator of my own reality. You know, it's deeper than that, you guys. You're a creator of your own reality, but you are a creator of your own experiences that you go through. Like, you choose intentionally and unintentionally what you want to experience. Okay. So your thoughts, your words, your actions, not only that, but your unconscious beliefs are what creates your life, guys. It is true. I am living proof of it. So, as I had my spiritual awakening and I started to live intentionally on purpose. So every day is purposeful for me. I get up in the morning and I thank God for every single thing in my life. Um, and I pay attention to nature. I pay attention to my signs and synchronicities. And when my angels are speaking to me, I hear them clearly. I take their advice. I follow everything that is for my highest and best good. Okay. And that is a lifestyle. That is a true lifestyle. And I live that lifestyle. I'm not saying that I'm not human. I'm not saying there aren't times where I feel disconnected and I have to pull myself back into being in alignment. But that's all part of being human, I think. So, anyways, where I was going with that is I'm going along in the last few weeks and I'm living intentionally and I'm, doing my meditations and my prayers and there's people and situations in my life that I can literally feel. Even though my angels are pulling me in a specific direction, I can hear them speaking to me, and I converse with them a lot. For those that don't know me or are new to me, I am a direct channel with the angelic realm and have been my whole life. So um, angels and fairies are with me and around me all the time. Those that don't believe that, I am sorry to hear that. That is my truth. And I am not afraid to speak loud and clear to anybody in the world who and what I am. So I'm walking around being this powerful healer that I am and being in my truth. And all of a sudden, I have my soul literally ripped out from within my being one day because I apparently chose to go through some really tough times in my life on earth. And I know now that the reason for that, I know the reasons for every single thing that I've been through, but some things that I really thought that I had already healed within myself came screaming to the surface, and I was literally on my knees. The pain of the things that I had been through in that specific area of my life um, came up with a vengeance. And if you're not, when that happens to you, if you're not in a good place where you know and understand what's happening, let's be honest, every single one of us have been there where you have literally been thrown to the ground, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, the whole nine. Um, and if you don't understand the energy of love and you don't understand the energy of forgiveness and you don't really know or understand how it all works, it can take you to the darkest, deepest night of the soul. It can take you to places where you never thought you would ever go again in your life. You thought you had, you were past that, you know. So that is why I am creating this video right now for a couple reasons. For one, I have been inspired by Archangel Ariel, who's been working with me in the last couple weeks. She's the one that's been getting me through these lessons and these contracts that I'm coming to the end of, that I'm clearing out and moving on from, so that I can step into this beautiful new beginning that I've felt and I've known about for a year. It's just that I knew something was blocking me from that. And I literally purposely did this to myself. I know that sounds crazy, but I asked my higher self 3 weeks ago, what would it take for me to step into my full power? What would it take for me to step into my full abundance, for me to be in the flow of my life's path and purpose, which I know I'm there, but I knew that I wasn't completely in the flow. I knew there was something holding me back. And literally, when I asked myself that, it wasn't too many days later that happened. And then when it happened, I clearly knew, instead of being all victimy and taking it, I mean, I took it to a dark place, but it wasn't very long before I could pull myself out of it. But I knew this is my answer. I needed to heal this piece of my soul, of my body and my mind, so that it's not taking up any space within my being anymore. And sometimes you don't realize that stuff is still taking up space in your being. You don't. You think that you overcame it a long time ago. So for me, I've been through, and I think a lot of empaths have. I think we choose this this life of being really, really severely rejected our whole lives. And for me, I don't like to talk about it a lot because I don't want to bring the energy in, but it's been a lot, like with my parents, like a lot of parental, I was born a bit unwanted child, very unwanted pregnancy. I'm not sure on both sides, but definitely on my father's side. And so, I truly believe that when you're in the womb, you pull in, I mean, it's energy, guys. So your mother's thoughts, your mother's feelings, her stresses and the things that she goes through, those directly become a part of you. And when we're born, we don't realize and understand that. And in the first 7 years of our lives, we are like a tape recorder. And we are learning how and what we are going to be, and who and what we are going to follow and believe. We're taught a lot of things in the first 7 years of our lives that are not empowering, that are not uplifting. We're taught a lot of things and rules and stupid ideas that our parents teach us because their parents taught them, and their parents taught them, and their parents taught them. And God knows we do not question our parents. We just don't. Not when you're 0 to 7. You sure don't. So we start to learn and understand things around us in the world. And if you grow up between 0 and 7 and you don't feel very loved, you're not given enough love and understanding, you start to live your life not really loving yourself, because you don't, somewhere in your being, you feel like, well, I must not deserve it, because if I deserved it, my parents would be giving that to me. Because we automatically assume in our minds, in our subconscious minds, we automatically assume that, well, if my parents don't love me, then I must not be lovable and there must be something wrong with me. And I know that many of you listening to this are shaking your heads right now going, yes, that's me. That's how I grew up. That's how I felt. Well, what I want to do today is I want to show you guys, I want to explain to you, how do we get over that? How do we get past that? How do we get out from underneath ourselves with that? Okay. The first and foremost thing we need to really truly, when we're talking about unconditional love, okay, and some of the stuff that I'm about to say comes directly from Archangel Ariel. She has been working so diligent with me in the last couple weeks. I love her so much for the love and strength that she has sent to me in working with me. I love all of my archangels, and I work closely with a lot of them. I up until recently, I haven't worked a whole lot with Ariel. I absolutely, her energy is just, I mean, if you ever felt unloved and you connect with her, like you can feel just how vastly loved you are. Um, you can feel that connection with all that you are and all you'll ever be. I mean, you can do that with other angels too, but I've just had a very profound experience with her in the last couple of weeks. She has healed me. How I let me take that back. We heal ourselves by choosing to. She's assisted me in my journey tremendously. Okay. So with that said, what is love? What is love? Is love an energy? Is love an emotion? What is unconditional love? Because a lot of us um, don't know truly what it is, because a lot of the love we have received in our lives has been conditional. It's been, other people will love you if you are doing what they want you to do, type of stuff. And I know a lot of us have experienced that. I am definitely not alone in my lessons that I chose to learn in this lifetime. But what I've learned in the last couple of weeks is that when your parents don't love you unconditionally, it is not you. You are not the problem. I was never, ever the problem, but I spent all these years thinking I was. And I spent all these years thinking, if I just do one more kind deed, if I just do one more thing for them, if I just fulfill this need for them, if I just keep on reaching and I keep on doing this and I keep on doing that, eventually they're going to see that I'm a good person and they're going to love me back. But what I didn't realize and understand is that the more I did that and the more I reached and reached and reached, it was never, ever going to happen. And you know why? It wasn't anything to do with me. It had absolutely nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with their place that they are at in their lives. They aren't at a level of understanding, and there's darkness and dis-ease within their lives that make them incapable of loving me unconditionally. So in seeing that, I had a vision a couple weeks ago where I literally saw the truth of it. And I I was so I felt such a profound shift in my being when I saw that, because I realized and understood right at that moment that I am not like them. They are dark and in negativity, and they're comfortable where they sit. I'm not like that. I'm love. I am peace. And I am resilient. I am somebody who seeks to heal others, not hurt them. And so therefore, I offend them. I offend them. So I realized that, you know what? That's okay. That's completely okay. That's not my issue anymore. And I don't have to carry that around anymore. And therefore, I moved into the next phase of my life. I completed that contract. I understand it. I learned it. And now I'm being asked that I've healed from it. And all these little situations came up that I didn't even know were bothering me anymore. It was like vomit. It just wouldn't stop. And I healed them within myself. And now I'm being asked to forward that information to you so that some of you um, don't have to do it quite as the hard way as I did. So anyways, love is an energy, you guys. Love is an energy. It is an emotion to a certain point, but emotions are energy. They simply are. It's how we're feeling. It's what we feel deep within our beings, and it's all about feeling that. So we feel energy. A lot of us as human beings don't realize that because, we're taught otherwise, or we have beliefs that don't let us believe that. But everything in the universe is energy, guys. So Rami said once that your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek to and find all barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And that's what I was doing wrong. I was seeking for love from my parents, from my siblings, from blood family members that didn't even have love for their own damn self. So how did I think that they were going to find it in their being to love me? They're not. They're absolutely not. We all desire the experience of unconditional love, every single one of us, right? But so many people spend a great deal of energy trying to prove to themselves and trying to prove to others that they're deserving of unconditional love. And that's what I did for so many years. But in doing that, in that way, you learn to experience love with conditions. And that, based on how your family is and your culture, and based on how they all express love, that's kind of how you learn to accept love conditionally. But most of us were not taught that we have the ability to go directly to the source of love whenever we choose, and that is God or source, whatever it is you call it. It's all the same thing, you guys. We are all one. We are all one. The truth is that love is flowing out from within every single one of us all the time, okay? Because we get that from God and we're connected to God. He's our source. We were created of love. So, what allows us to feel this energy is our conscious decision to focus our attention on loving and positive experiences, thoughts, and feelings, right? Do you know that we can also, if we choose to live intentionally and be an intentional being, we can also bypass our minds and our emotions and go directly to the source just by practicing meditation with what's known as the spiritual heart. What this means is that you literally redirect your attention to the space in your chest where your heart is, right? Like whenever you're walking around and you're become aware of negative thinking or feel overwhelmed with an emotion or if something is really bothering you, do you know that literally if you focus your breath onto breathing into your heart, it serves this huge purpose of redirecting your attention back towards the center of your being. That's one technique that I can tell you right now will bring you to the energy of love, and you will feel that. But there's a lot of techniques out there and they take practice, and you need to do it again and again and again before it becomes natural. But as you become more practiced, you will begin to notice amazing changes in your day-to-day life. Things are going to start to flow for you. Things are going to start to make sense for you. You will feel so much love within your being that you will be able to share that unconditionally with others. I'm going to do a simple healing meditation with you today that has the potential to transform your emotional patterns that you aren't aware of. It has the potential to transform the things that keep you stuck in habitual emotional and mental loops. Just allowing yourself to experience the energy of love, it greatly increases your vibration. Remember now that your energy flows where your attention goes, right? So when we are in an energy of love, which vibrates at like a 500 hertz. That's a lot. Like, let's just put this way. I know like Hitler, they measured his vibration and he was at like a 35, okay? So he was in guilt and shame and, you know, all those things that on that vibration scale that I love so much. But listen, love is at a 500. If you are feeling the energy of love, that's at a 500. Okay? So a particular emotion that you're experiencing can increase or diminish love within you depending on where you're placing your attention, guys. Okay? When you focus on the negative and the unpleasant thoughts and feelings, that energy will grow. I promise you. But when you focus on positivity and love, the energy of it, the experience will grow as well. Um, Everybody walks around with the buzzwords these days. I send you love and light. I send you love and light. I send you love and peace. I send you forgiveness. I send you this. But do we really know what we're saying? Do we really understand that, yes, that's a kind thing to say, but there's so much more to that. So I want you guys to understand that often when we're in a bad place and we're off out of alignment, we tend to believe that our emotional and mental experience is beyond our control, right? And we do our best not to let our mood swings or negative thoughts get us down. But when you can truly learn to unidentify with these energies, however, then you are no longer bound to them. Then you heal them. Then you let them go. Then you forgive. And that's where the energy of forgiveness comes in, okay? When we change where we focus our attention, we can create any emotional experience we choose to, regardless of what is going on around us, okay? When you do this, you're in a constant state of meditation, and that takes presence over falling into the old patterns again, okay? So let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how two people can experience the same event, but yet both walk away with very different experiences, right? We've all seen or heard of that. One person walks away annoyed and frustrated, and the other leaves feeling light and joyful. Both people made decisions, you guys, in that moment, right? Whether it was conscious or unconscious, both of them, each of them individually, made a decision about what energy to focus on within themselves, right? And subsequently, when they did that, they changed their emotional experience of the event, right? So today, I want you guys to realize, learn, and understand that the process that we as human beings have learned to do, where we ignore or repress the negative and unpleasant emotions and thoughts we have, I want you today, right here, right now, instead, to become conscious of the negativity within you. Learn why you are habitually focusing on these energies, because they're trying to tell you something. And then choose to heal from it, learn from it, and move away. Move it out of your awareness to a more positive and loving experience. When you do that, during the process of the energy clearing that you do, when you do that, you're releasing emotional blockages that you've been storing throughout your life. You're healing old wounds, guys, and you're freeing up your energy for that beautiful rainbow that is right there at the edge of your being trying to come in, okay? You're releasing limited beliefs, which is keeping you stuck. So just for today, just for right now, I want you to just close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes, and I want you to take in a deep breath breathe into your heart. Breathe into that sacred heart in the center of your being. We're going to center ourselves. Breathe deeply into that heart. Bring a lot of light in. Bring in a lot of light. Okay. And breathe out. I want you to, as you're breathing, taking in these few deep breaths here, I want you to breathe in this beautiful pink energy. And that's the energy from Archangel Ariel. That is the energy of love and compassion. I want you to breathe that in. Keep breathing. Do you feel that? I think I lost you guys. Okay, if you guys are still there, I apologize for that. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to do a meditation on a separate video. I'm not sure what's going on here. Hang tight for just a moment. Let me start a new live, and we'll do the meditation on there, okay? Hold on, please. What the heck is going on? I don't understand.